Problem number 17 says simplify negative 2 plus 2i over 5 plus 3i. Now remember, we don't want to have any i's in our denominator. It's kind of like we don't want normal rationals in our denominator. And radicals, not rationals. Since we don't want radicals in our denominator, I is the square root of negative 1, so therefore we have a radical in our denominator. So in order to get rid of that, what we need to do is multiply the top and the bottom by the complex conjugate of the numerator. Remember, complex conjugate is just take the opposite of the imaginary part. So we've got 5. I'm going to switch the screen a second, sorry. A little better, easier to see. So we've got 5 minus 3 as the complex conjugate of our denominator. Multiply top and bottom like that. So we've got this group on top, those groups on top being multiplied by each other, and the groups on bottom being multiplied by each other. Going through, foiling it out, we get negative 2 times 5 gives us negative 10. Negative 2 times negative 3i gives us positive 6i. And 2i times 5 gives us, 2i times 5 gives us plus 10i. And 2i times negative 3i gives us negative 6i squared. In our denominator, we've got 5 times 5, which is 25. 5 times negative 3i, which is minus 15i. Positive 3i times 5 is plus 15i. And 3i times negative 3i gives us negative 9i squared. Now, just like we had in the last problem, we've got I squareds here, so we're going to pay attention to those, but we're going to clean other stuff up first. On top, I'm going to simplify that out. There's nothing like the 10 or the negative 10 at the moment, so we're going to leave that. We've got 6i plus 10i, which gives us plus 16i. And as I was saying, we're going to pay attention to that I squared. So it's really negative 6 times negative 1. I squared by definition is negative 1. In our denominator, we've got 25, nothing like it yet. We've also got minus 15i plus 15i. Those immediately cancel each other off. And we still have that minus 9i squared, or minus 9 times negative 1. So I'm going to take one extra step that I won't normally take. Negative 10 plus 16i, and that negative 6 times negative 1 gives us plus 6. In our denominator, we've got 25 minus 9 times negative 1, or plus 9. Going through a little more to clean this up, we've got negative, so on top we had negative 10 plus 6, negative 4 plus 16i, divided by 25 plus 9 is 34. I'm going to break this up into two separate fractions, so negative 4 over 34 plus 16i over 34. Now we can reduce each of those fractions. On the first one, we're going to be able to reduce it to negative 2 over 17. And our second one, we can divide both those by 2 as well, giving us 8 over 17. And that's our imaginary term. The last underline was mean, sorry. So our final answer is negative 2 over 17 plus 18 over 17